Hello, hello, hello everyone. What is up? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Here we are in episode 45. Hope everybody's doing all well.
Are you so determined to die? One last chance, villains! Bow down and acknowledge your king! Your god!
Luckily I had some help from Guildy, which cut down the time for the actual raid to commence, or trial I guess I should say is what it is. So here we go. And of course, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to share the video, ring that little bell, check me out on social, and all that good stuff will be in the description below. So I know I'm kind of cutting the intro short here, but we already getting into the thick of it here. So I gotta pay attention.
To me, my servants, feast upon these villains and their foul sins.
Okay, go for the ads, go for the ads. I can't target it, where's my mouse? Get the ads, burn the ads down.
I will crush you! Fine if you refuse to die!
Man, this guy's pretty easy.
Strip you of the illusion of will! Then you will suffer! Yes! That will be your punishment!
Oh shit, I'm confused.
Receive of me my blessing and thy fire! I will crush you!
Oh damn it, I died.
Suffer and know your folly! Damn you! Why do you not fall? Why? It burns! What is this?
Oh god.
The light surges within me! I see now. This is the pattern of my ascension. Very well. I shall embrace this trial.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Feel my wrath!
Stay out of that little zone right there. Seem to be doing pretty good right here. Okay, that thing's moving. Oh shit. Okay, move.
Your reckoning comes! I shall excite!
Everybody's kind of like gathering up right here, so I'm gonna do the same. Whew. Barely made it out of that.
Know your place!
It's funny. The second phase is actually easier than the first.
Atone with your life!
Oh.
Know your place!
Well, that's it. Nice. Whew.
But I am all powerful!
At least you look better. Wow. All right. Is that Bothri? It was. He actually looks better now, doesn't he? I see. It's finally over then. Now night will return to all of Nordvat, bringing salvation to both our two worlds. Upon speaking with Rain, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Julia, you may return here by speaking with a sentry posted at the entrance to Mount Gulk. Alright, well let's just kick back and relax.
hope. I am righteousness. That I am a god. That is why I was born, as man and sin eater both. I kept the people safe. They respected me, worshipped me. How can this be? I should be the one looking down at you. Help me. Damn you. I am your god.
Look! The sky!
Fools! Were it not for my decisive action, the whole city would have been overrun, razed to the ground. Yet they dare to complain about casualties? Spare me. I'll wager they were put up to it by those wretches who seek to usurp me. They're stirring up the citizenry. But if they think I will yield to the likes of them, they are gravely mistaken.
To be subjected to such deplorable treatment, such ingratitude. You have my sympathies, sir. You do so much good for this city, and you could do so much more were you not surrounded by fools.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
My apologies for the intrusion, but I come bearing a proposal, one that will ensure the longevity of your reign. But give me the word, sir, and I will bring hither a light warden. By giving its power to the babe within your lady wife's womb, we shall create a transcendent being. A king to rule over all. And as sire to the king, your authority will never again be in question.
Amazing. Before my Vorthri, they behave as docile pets. With this gift, my line shall be guaranteed power for perpetuity. We shall rule the whole world.
By all means, sir. United under Yulmor's banner, men will cease fighting and abandon their ambitions. Thus, they will grow fat and complacent, and in their sloth, seal your supremacy.
Are you all right? Say something!
"12 Forfend. She cannot contain the light. She's beginning to turn. Urianger, if you've aught up your sleeve, now is the time.
It's changing back!
The combined power of every Light Warden is too terrible a burden for any one soul to bear. And so I shall relieve you of it.
Exarch! What are you doing?
I will channel this profusion of power to the Crystal Tower and use it to travel to other worlds. As I have dreamed of doing ever since I first learned of their existence. Who would choose to remain here in this dying realm when they might go elsewhere and begin anew? Not I. And thus did I use you.
No, I don't believe you! It doesn't make sense!
Damn you! We won't let you do with her as you please.
Do not interfere! Please, I beseech you all, let him go!
You knew of this, Urianger. "'Tis all a fiction. Such vaguely defined acts of teleportation stand no chance of success. The Exarch will never live to see another world, as he knows only too well."
Then, what does he mean to do?
He means to take the light with him into the rift, where he will die. From the beginning, he intended to sacrifice himself to save our friend and Norvrend.
At journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter, I concede. Yet your tale will continue, and my role in it will scarcely be remembered. Worry not. Whatever should become of me, I will be happy and free, safe in the knowledge that I have played my part.
Call him by his name.
Thank you for fighting for this world. For believing. Fare you well, my friend. My inspiration.
Only those who possess the royal eye of the Allagan Imperial line are capable of controlling the Crystal Tower. Such individuals do not exist in the First. Therefore, in all likelihood, the Exarch arrived here with the tower. This much I had surmised, yet I could not discern his grand scheme. To think that he went through all this trouble for the sake of a single hero. It's almost admirable in its absurdity. Alas, it is not your grand scheme that will succeed, but ours. You bastard! Stay put. Your friend is still alive, but whether he remains so depends on you. What a disappointment you turned out to be. I placed my faith in you, let myself believe that you could contain the light. But look at you now, halfway to becoming a monster. You are unworthy of my patronage.
You created Fothry.
I am an Ascian. My heart's sole desire is to usher in the great rejoining. 100 years ago, I entrusted my comrade Logriff with the task of increasing light's sway over this world. This we sought to do by manipulating heroes. When that failed to achieve the desired result, I created Vorthri. Thanks to your meddling, that too has ended in failure.
What was your true purpose in approaching us?
By your 12, boy, have I not told you before that everything I said was the truth? You were specimens by which I might gauge man's potential as it stands. I genuinely had an interest in you, genuinely considered taking you on as allies. Provided she could contain and control the light. If not, then she, and by extension you, would be of no use to me. 'Twas as simple as that.
So, we've been found wanting. How disheartening. But even had we fulfilled your conditions, there was no guarantee that we would cooperate. What then?
Then I simply kill you all. At the very least, it would restore the world to the way it was before you went about trouncing Light Wardens willy-nilly. Suffice it to say, it would be most inconvenient to have all that light taken away, and I would be lying if I were to claim his actions didn't have me worried. You still retain your form and your senses, but you have all but become a Sin Eater. Whether you will it or no, your mere existence will serve to engulf the world in light. Those in your company will likewise turn into Sin Eaters, and in time you will succumb to your base instincts and hunt innocents to feast on their sweet, sweet ether. Those few with the will left to fight may rise up against you. But before your absolute might, they will quickly know despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Ah, the irony. What Vorfrey achieved through bliss, you achieved through despair. But I have overstayed my welcome. I shall look forward to seeing you bring the world to its knees, hero.
Exarch!
I have naught to show for all the time and effort I invested in you. He is a small token for my troubles. I did not expect that I could learn aught from man, but I may yet learn something from all the knowledge he had hoarded for his precious hero. I pity you, I do. Your friends are now your foes. If you do not kill them, they will kill you. When it all becomes too much to bear, seek me out at my abode in the dark depths of the Tempest. There, you may complete your descent into madness with some dignity, far from prying eyes. Till then, I bid you farewell, Eater.
Ah, finally.
What happened?
After you collapsed, Emmet's self vanished. Then Reen did what she could to stay the raging of the light within your body. Thanks to her, you're still you, but she's only delayed the inevitable. You're not going to like what you see, but you still need to see it. It's like this all over. The whole of Norvrat is shrouded in light again. And it's because of you, and the power you absorb from the Wardens. No one knows but your friends. When they carried you down from the mountain, they told everyone waiting below that they didn't understand why the light had returned. And now they're out there trying to allay the people's fears, while searching for a way to save you. you're well enough to be up, you're well enough to get some fresh air. Better that than stewing in here. Go on. Go.
Alrighty. Let's continue on then, shall we? Oh, miss, you're awake. You were injured during the foray at Mount Gold, yes? I was here at my station as always when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher looking disturbingly fit of vigor. And compounded to worry, the sky has, well, I'm sure you've seen. It has everyone rather concerned, to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news we've had in a while, assuming you feel strong enough. Would you mayhap consider a soul around the city to reassure our anxious citizens? Raggy was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and he has visited several times since to inquire after your condition. You know, it's just like it's like hopscotching, but it's still closer. Braggy. Braggy or Braggy or Braggy? Braggy. Oh well, look who's back from the dead. Aye, it was a grim sight. Your companion looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I fear you had one foot in the grave, cold and lifeless you were, like the corpse that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor XR away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked white, what is this world coming to? Bah, bemoaning never saw the thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarium folks stand tall and do what needs be done. Trade with Yomar is back on the table. We'd best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters, or whatever misery the fates deem to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chesamil was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. Screw it, we'll just run it. Okay, I think it's gonna be up through here, no? I think. I swear, out of all the cities, I think I dislike this one the most. Oh, there we go. There she is. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spargus Shurigans were forbidden from making visits. Green was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eater corruption, so I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither to yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces growing ever more haggard every time they pass through the Crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they collapse with exhaustion. And our own Morin have been little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with nose buried in one of the dusty tome or another. Alright, so now I'll go back to the Crystarium in here, right? Yes, go back to the Aetheryte and then go to Cabinet of Curiosity. We gotta go up, up, up. Nope. Oh, there he is. Morin! Confound it, this is the same thing as the last. Mayhap I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Kiara, is it truly you and not some figment of my imagination? Oh, but this is wonderful. It would seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been screwing our shelves for wisdom to explain this most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the Light Wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catelys, meanwhile, leads the Crystalline Mean in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are as to yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect to seeing you upright would be some much welcome relief. And you know what, everybody? I know I had the 3 quest thing, but I'm just gonna finish it up in this episode. Because I think we're pretty much essentially, like, done. I think there's only like a couple little quests like here and there that are left. Because that was the final raid that we did, so. I'll just make this one heck of an extended episode. Kiara, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know. That? Not a day's gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying what's to become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day, and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting with each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you can stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Greetings, Glynyard. Master of the Stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Aye, well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I don't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his affinities are the perfect answer to your predicament of your... And by genius, you mean Grendolt. He is a man of unrivaled gifts. I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide nor hair of Grendolt since wandering off some years ago. You know what he's like once he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many of the tale I've told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might have been stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being. But on the off chance you do encounter Grendel, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalencing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I've a regular who's eager to see you. It'd be best getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here, here. We can't forget upon the heart of which the city was founded, or the exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Yara, are you alright? I think a return to your sickbed might be in order, or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. This damnable sky doesn't make for most of the soothing scenery, but the exarch often like to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. Oh, it's all the way up here? Okay. Well, we'll just sprint. Sprint, sprint, sprint.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
The secrecy is worse. I'd rather people knew. I do hate keeping secrets.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood, when we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice, one last fight, one last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then. As I thought, what happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Okay, where do we gotta go now? Gather information. Oh, that's a long, that's a big drop down. I don't want to do that. Alright, so we gotta talk to this dude right here. Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of an Amuro. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I am happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in the city could tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day the crystal tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Too nuts, too nutty? Speaking of... Oh, come on. Seriously? What quest did I miss? That can't be right. That just can't be right at all. Kiara, it's good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memories, are you? Or memoirs? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we're avoiding asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has any fresh insight to share, then it'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born. An Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of this predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual post at the Ascensor's gate. Which I assume is probably where we're going next after this. Oh, was there something else you needed? If you've come for the results of my research info into this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell us as of yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch. Well, I need no documentation to rely what little I know of his history. If that is what interests you. Ahem. Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the Flood, when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or brutes fleeing from their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did people consider his scintillating skin so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, 'twould seem what a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Well, I know his name. I mean, like, story-wise I do, because, you know, Crystal Tower and everything. Can't remember it off the top of my head, though. Alright, so now where? Now where do we go? Yep. Thought so. Ah, there she is. Kiara, I was not told you had awoken. A welcome surprise. Now if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Calusa, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door in the ocular to a chamber known as the umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the umbilicus and awaken the defense barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Bothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, Kiara. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be forcing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Ah, I see I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Come, meet with me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within. Mistress Kiara, the captain said to expect you. Alright, well, let's see what secrets there are.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity, Cid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope! We are finished! Mankind is finished!" Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Cid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Cid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The Warrior of Light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The Warrior of Light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent, a prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would, and I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the Light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch.
Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Oh god, I didn't realize I had the mic muted. So someone apparently else is doing Shadowbringers too. Almost to pull Shadowbringers. Yay! Nice. Nice indeed. Same, just a few more quests to go. Did you find the answers you sought? If there's nothing more you need, I will go and lock the door. Yep. I have questions about the Tempest. The Tempest? That is the name given to the seas by which Calusia is bound. If you make a request to the Tamers, they'll provide you with an Amuro to fly you over the waters, but what? Do you mean to leave right this moment? Alone? I am not sure that, nay, I will not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow and I shall await your safe return. Yeah. Don't get in my way. Okay, you know, I gotta get rid of this thing. I'm bringing something else. Let's see. Who should we... Here, how about we bring out the Wind-Up Onion Knight? There. I require a bird. You require an Amuro. Just a moment, I shall saddle our swiftest beast to fly you to the island. The open water, the depths of the Tempest, our Amuro can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor... It's cool, dude. I can breathe underwater. Okay.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Yeah. I forgive you. Let's go.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alisaie, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in her way now. Not after failing her in her hour of need. No, the least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them?
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went out to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Me too! That's right!
Yeah.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Defend the Crystarium until we return. Okay, can I go now? Like, come on, man. Now, I wonder for the time travel aspect, are we talking like single verse theory like Back to the Future, or are we talking like multiverse theory like Terminator? Without this plan to commandeer an Amuro for thy journey to the open sea, I fear the following dive down into Emmett underwater adobe would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convulsions, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou thus conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closes above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. Because if it's single burst theory, then every action you take in the past, will directly impact the future. I'm like really want to find out what freaking quest I missed for the damn flying thing, but whatever. Now, if it's like Terminator multiverse theory, every time you go back in time, you're creating an entirely new timeline. And it doesn't change the alteration of the original timeline. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. God, props to the voice actor who did Urianger. Like, I cannot talk to like they, them, these. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs to have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of thy Fae, and being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the helmet of Solon which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Go who, what, and Airwowen? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I guess Fort Job is close enough. Actually, I was wrong. I think there's one more raid after this. So, we'll see. I thought I still had like the whole underwater blessing breathe forever thing that we don't have to worry about. I thought that was still a thing. Storm-tossed seas. Okay, we're coming up on our destination. It's gonna be on that little island right out there. Or that little, yeah. Alright, let's see. Inside? Nope. Where do I go? Okay, close the map, get off this stupid horse. Okay, there's Urianger right there. There he is. There to the west, cast out discern the hump of an isle rising above the water. That foliage-covered mass hidden the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it must be to my shame, I can but frail and flounder while thou mightst guide like a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. So you can't swim. Urianger can't swim. Okay. Alright, here we go. That's cool. We can skim the water. Though it appears solid enough, the rock heel slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? God, I'm already like halfway to level 81. Jeez. Okay, there it is up there. Two carved rocks seem to squeeze together here, giving the impression of a giant stone eyelid. Okay. Damn it, I can't see anything. Okay, Ariane, so what the hell was the point of that? Well, what hast thou discerned? It's just like the big one. Yes, yes. I guess. I don't know. Huh, that impression is not inaccurate. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are even now perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. His name is Bismarck, aye, the self-same title by which we knew the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us into the deep and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike from to the domes which do shelter the hamlets near the Ruby Sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves within our battle cometh. As it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence while I make my supplication.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alinal.
Van urs atslir. Olfod thim. Iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We need Feyu.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakum. Van red rithje.
Una. Sahawin Wilsk. Isne Rim. Sur Rierlo.
sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallur vis, vanin narsitar, dir sidagnai.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
What the? Do you see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from? Whoa, yeah! It's not stopping!
Oh shit! Run, guys, run!
Run!
Vanana Anna, Tilden Sidok, Iri Halsi, Thunne, Aktma Thonyasni.
Oops, didn't mean to cut it early there.
Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Go. So glad that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here we shall find the lair of Emmett Silk, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with more in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus I am all of a certain underway to ring with our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. Eventually leave here, speak with Inley at the Vermont Yards and Calusa to return to the Tempest. Okay. And give me a minute, everybody. Well, for you it'll be like a split second because I'm going to cut it, but I will be right back. Okay, everybody, we are back. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Alright everybody, we are back and we are currently, including this quest, only 8 quests away from finishing up Shadowbringers. So let's go ahead and get right on back into it. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Image Selch would be sitting around out in the open. Suppose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for the rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and likely to be slippery. Oh, and also, yeah, so the final 8th or current quest is still part of the main story, so we didn't miss anything, which I'm glad. Oh wait, we're in a new zone here, aren't we? Oh crap, we are. Okay, so never mind. I was wrong. I guess we did miss something. Oh, crap baskets. We're in entirely... Yeah, we are in an entirely new zone now. Which I hope the heck doesn't require any, Oh, yeah. That's a whole new zone. And I was wrong. We still got one more raid to do. Ondo Youth. Ah! Come back here, you barnacle fishy thing. Alright, the Ondo Cups. Okay, good. There's a Aetherite. Let's go ahead and grab that while we're here. Hey, fish person dude. What are you running away for? The finless ones, they followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Temporarily. Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air so that we might conduct an urgent search and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? It's like, I don't know. Come on, give them the big cat eyes. Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? Yes. Yes, we are. The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you to leave. Oh, well, then we are the chosen. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? Damn it, Alphino. It would seem not. I suggested we withdraw for the moment. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Undul's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selch's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Unduls refuse to speak with us... Kiara, do you remember my first scheme for entering Eulmore? How I had planned to integrate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was recent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, we must needs to locate its beginning. Tis plain all of too dramatic Veil has thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not incremental to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I have nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Undul's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We'll make allies of the Ondo. Then it's settled. You shall pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. It's true. I almost did tear up at a few scenes. Okay? Don't judge me. Kiara, you won't believe who we just bumped into. This is Pusha Sonon, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Eulmore. I waited and you did not come, then the missile came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Pusha Sonon. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there anything we can do by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry returns, a cavern to the north is home of giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, but we are swifter swimmers. But now there is no water, we run, and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them, too many. I believe I can be of assistance there. And what of you, Kiara? If you'd not found a task, you are welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Okay, Okay, so we're going where? Oh, all the way up there? Dang it. Okay, so which way do I need to go? I'm guessing I should be able to cut around through here. Nope. Nope, I gotta go all the way back up and around as soon as I get my ass unstuck. Alright, well, it ain't that far. It's far enough, but it ain't that far. Alright, so it looks like we gotta go through that little opening right there. Alright, let's go, Krabby Crabs. Finally, I get to do something. It's like, it's literally just been like nothing but talking for like 2 hours straight. It's like, let me kill something, please. Alright, there's 2 Krabbies down. It's Krabby McPatty. Let's see, it's an Aether. So, yeah. Very far in the opposite direction. Yep, and that'll do it, but here's the good thing, is that we can just Aether right back. You could crack their shells, you must be stronger than you look. Yeah, I'm not doing the whole stronger, this is like the snakes, like, no. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such task. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you, you must have a reward. Yes, rewards are nice. Nay, Pasha's on. This was to be part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well, before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were hunting survived. They swarmed aimless and last until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings there were, and long had they stood under the water, yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and predators which hunted with them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had gilded their course, and from this did they discern the truth. that the ancients had chosen us to survive as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients designed, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there is no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, push us on, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risks far outweigh the gains. Okay, 2 more and I think we'll be in level 80 territory. Ah, Kiara, have you learned aught of note? Yeah, if we do things for them, they'll treat us cool. Fascinating, precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your ears to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Oh, for Pete's sake. Again, why do you guys always have to keep going back all the way up there? For Pete's sake, come on. Where? Oh, okay, so I gotta go out that way. Oh, great, now I'm... I got stuck. There we go. Yes, this is the way out. There we go. Jeez. Now there are 2 tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use the knife and take scrappings from one of the remaining walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be here waiting for your results of your investigations. Okay, well, obviously I'm going to do this one first because it's closest. Oh man, it's one of these ones. Inspect the structure which comprise the Odo cups. Identify their most distinctive features. Oh, there's a window right there. The tall, slender feature may be elaborate windows, unlike the which you have seen nowhere else. Cool. That was easy. Good. Glad I found it real quick. Okay. Now for the other part. Okay, Stola, now what? And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. 'Twould seem the structures appear to seem both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as stretch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade? Kira, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by particular materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you nothing is of the sort. If pressed, it would be described as a substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkin Empire, once the greatest power in Nordbrand, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkins, then who? Who were the ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emmett Selch withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere where mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmett Selch is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, it's a place more dear to him than any other. Maybe it was built by Ascians? That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here, in the first, they might have remained untorched for millennia. A copy of the mural in the Quitana Ravel I met presented to me during my visit to Fano, after our victory in Colusia. Here, in this first scene, by Emmett's own Selch-own's words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but you do see the similarities between the towers and those you have just inspected. We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surroundings for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and to the south held no such structure, so I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. You may view the Quintana River mirror anytime so you see key items. The quest's destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the building in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. Fun! Alright, let's take a good look at it one more time. Okay, so we got like down, up. Okay, short, tall, short, short, tall, tall. Okay, so 4, 3. I'm just counting the spikes here. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then kind of 1. So ultimately, I'm looking for like 5 and then 2 really big ones. Man. Seriously? It just says to the northwest. I mean, that could be all the way over here for all I know. And I'm not moving anywhere, am I? I'm almost halfway tempted to just cheat and look it up on YouTube real quick just to see where the hell it is. Damn, I don't even see any buildings. Yeah, okay, now see, I can't even get over there. Alright, guys, let me check on this real quick just to see exactly where the hell it is so I'm not wasting everybody's time looking around here. As I park right next to a freaking mob. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see here. Let's see, City of the Ancients, Final Fantasy XIV, location. To be specific, the coordinates are 2211. Oh god, I'm getting attacked. Alright, so 2211, so it should be right here. And we're supposed to go up on like some top of a hill crest or something. I hate this camera. Okay. I see the survey point. Oh, and there's an aether current too. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab that. After we... Ah. Okay, good. He turned away. Let's grab that while we're here. Dude, will you leave me alone? Shoo! Oh wait, so it was the big green thing that I was looking for? Aye, this is the mirror writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysterious stirring of a land illuminated. Judging from his words, he believes the phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus we can surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss wall, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of the age-old civilization. And who else would light the lantern, as Rain put it, than Emmett Selch himself? It is almost certain he is there. If you were to find a stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what you've learned. As much as I like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we all make reasonable haste. If you are not too wary, it would be useful to speak with Pastor Owen again and ask if there's aught else he is willing to divulge. Alphano's friend, you and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten? Are they the ruins to the northwest? Yes, that is the sacred site of which I speak. Could it be that your footsteps were guided there by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grendalt. You will find his workshop in the metal structure to the south. Well, there we go. We found our... Oh god, that's far. Just gonna kind of like use the map here to circumnavigate my way out of here. It's not that far. I think we have another Aether current coming up too. I did see, yep. Oh wait, no, now it's to the northwest, so now it's back up that way again. Oh well. Flying is not important to me right now. I just want to finish Stormblood for all of you guys in one go. Because if not, I'm sure we would probably be up to like episode 50 or something by now, and yeah. Okay. I take it there's a door right here that I missed. Yep. Reynold. Oh, that's just great. That is. I Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grundle, someone's come to visit ye at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might ye be your ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and hammer. And that's an insult to the bloody sea slugs. Okay, I gotta psych him up. Meh. I'm really you dolt. Eh? Maybe try to raise my spirits now, would ye? Spirit? Now what do you expect from a servant of the netherworld? I'm not a ghost. Have we met before? You do look rather familiar. Might be we crossed paths back at the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold, or Grenold. And this here's me meant to me underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet, here ye stand, now that we're so damned important that you'd all drive all the way down to the bleeding Tempest to bother me? Like, dude, chill. Oh, the Ondo's lamp. Gods, curse me, empty head, I've not so much as made a start. Seriously? I'm worthless than a sea slug, nay, the slime left by this sea slug. Me delivery dates long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have ye? Brighten light to them ruins to be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion, but I just can't bloody well... me mind's bleeding blank. It's like I've pissed away me last drop of inspiration. Tell me you got something to show me. Something as will give me a moves a right good kick up the arse. Yondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering lights is to God blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal, but just being sparkly not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Your thoughts turned to Ronderay and the crystal you discovered at the end of her journey. Maybe Grenold could find inspiration in that. Yeah, give him the crystal. I've let the Ondo down, but more than that I've let myself down. Might as well go back to meddling kettles. Shogunor, which belonged to the one of Albert's companions. Whoa, what's that you got there? Such striking beauty, it shines with the haith and laughter and transcends a life, like the turmoil of history has been made manifest. I can see the brilliance o' ye crystal's legacy. Ye'd never capture such a gleam, not if ye labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, gods damn ye? I must set to work before the feeling fades. Ooh. More materia. I can feel it. A vision forming in me mind. Step aside last and let me itching hands get to work. Ah, done. I've taken the wonders of that crystal showed me and charmed them into a new shape that befits the Undo's spiritual character. You made a tiny crystal into that huge frickin' thing? Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging up the hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length of the breadth of Norvan and gobbled up every scrap of craft and wisdom what I could find. But no matter what technique I tried, me work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put the damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages, that's what drew me here in the first place. I built me workshop, got the forges burning, then lost the bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might have never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been, though, the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. Aye, I can still feel them cruising through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me the chance and I reckon I can weave that crystal saga into another thing as well. What buggered me, I'd almost forgot about the Undo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over the Tulsa's Ath for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you to try. You now have access to Garrott's Forge. Equipment rewards will become available for collection based on the role quests you have completed. Okay. Such as... Oh! I will take each of these. Show only recently added items. Alright. Well then, let's equip all this new gear then, shall we? Oh. Wow. These are actually still better. I actually lost stats. Okay, never mind. That's sad, like normal. I guess this would be an upgrade if you didn't buy any gear. Wow, that's bad. Alrighty. And with that, I will be right back again. 1 second. Alrighty, that's kind of the bad thing about doing a long episode like this. It's going to be a pain in the butt to go back and go through all the times where I went AFK, but I just had to grab something real quick, so I wasn't gone for that long. Okay, let's just Aether teleport our way back there. Yep, that gear set is worse than what I'm wearing. What is it you have there? Your lamp. Ah, the sacred lamp! Then the Filness One has been kept his promise. My people tell me of many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and now you come to me bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time of fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of Forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
It's like, missed that part, did you?
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal? Oh, it was Render raised then. Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?